Oh. Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. I sure do miss my second graders. I hope you guys are all doing well. Mrs. Nelson is here live and ready to teach you this week's lessons. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen each other. Hope that you guys can kind of remember what we've been working on. I wanted to quickly go over the skills for learning that we worked on for the last couple months, okay? And so if you remember, we got a little bit of a glare, and I apologize. I have windows and I don't like curtains very well, so bear with me. But I'll actually bring this down so you can see it better. So these are skills for learning, and we've been working on these for the last couple of months. And so focus our attention, listening, use self-talk, and then being assertive is our last one, remember? So staying focused. Remember, when we talk about staying focused, it's about eyes on the person who's speaking, our ears are listening, our mouth is quiet, and our body is still, okay? Focus our attention. Using self-talk, just to go over that real quick, is thinking inside your head. When something just seems like really hard and you can't do it, then you think inside your head, I can do this. I just need to take a time out. I will be okay, right? And so by using self-talk, you're able to reduce distractions around you. You're able to stay focused on the topic, and you're able to move forward. And so, like, you're at home right now, and there's probably lots of distractions going on. I know at least my house there is. And so it's really important to be able to remove some of that by using self-talk. I'm really interested in what's going on over here, but I really need to focus on my lesson and make sure I get this done. And so that's using self-talk inside your head, okay? The other one, being assertive. You know, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and being assertive is when we really need help and we need someone to be there for us. And so be able to step outside of our comfort zone and be able to ask for what we need, you know, being assertive, okay? And remember the differences between being aggressive and being assertive. Being aggressive is getting what I want by being disrespectful. Yelling, throwing temper tantrums, screaming, things like that, right? Being assertive is us asking or getting what we want with respect, okay? May I please have your help in this area, okay? Rather than, I need you to help me right now. That's the difference between being assertive and being aggressive, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and we'll set that down. The other thing we're going to talk about today, because we're talking about feeling confident, and a lot of us may struggle with that. I know Miss Nelson does. Sometimes Miss Nelson is really uncomfortable with things, but you have to feel confident within yourself so you can move forward and you succeed, okay? Kind of like doing these YouTube videos. Miss Nelson was very scared and worried about doing YouTube videos. But you guys are very important to me. And so I know I needed to take the time to teach you some lessons and be there for you because you're really important to me. Okay? So I have to find my confidence, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and let's go to empathy. Okay? Empathy. And we're going to go remind you what empathy means. Okay? Is a feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. Remember we talked about Mrs. Nelson's out at recess, and I kicked the ball, and I hit, we're going to say, Alana in the face, right, with the ball. I'm going to kick it, and I'm going to hit her in the face with the ball. It was an accident, but how many of you have been kicked in the face with a ball before? Probably a lot, huh? And if you haven't, you know what it feels like to be kicked, maybe. But anyways, because you know what it feels like to be kicked in the face with a ball and how bad it hurts, you can have empathy for her because you understand what she's going through and what she feels. Okay? Down here it talks about compassion is empathy in action. I love the word compassion because especially in today's age, compassion is very important for us and for others. So I really like that. Okay? So let's go ahead and go to today's lesson. Today's lesson is feeling confident. Okay? And here is two girls. Trying to get them both in here. Okay? These are two girls. Okay? Or I mean, not two girls. This is the same girl. I'm sorry. But we're practicing having empathy and understanding how she is feeling. Okay? So this is Esther. She is trying to do an assignment about telling time, but it's hard for her. So I want you to think about how she might be feeling. So how do you think she is feeling? Here are her in two different. So this is her before. How do you think she's feeling? Yeah, probably worried or scared, right? Not feeling very good, huh? And we know that by the cues. Remember, we talk about how we understand how somebody feels by the way they look. So if we look at her, her eyes are down, her mouth is a frown, right? She's just sitting there kind of slumped over. Do you think she feels confident? No. She's really having a hard time, huh? Okay. So she wants to get better at telling time. What can she do? Going back to our learning skills, right? That we just did. What do you think she could do to learn to be a better time person? What do you think she could do? What skills can she use to learn to tell time better? If you said be assertive, you are right. She can ask for help, right? She can ask her teacher to help show her so that way she can get good at telling time. But the other thing she could use is this self-talk. She can use self-talk inside of her head to be able to give herself good kudos. You can do this. Be your own little cheerleader, right? And so that's where self-talk comes in, and that's really important. So now, after weeks of practicing, she can tell time. Woohoo! How does she feel now? And let's go ahead and look. How do you think she feels now? She's got a smile, so we're looking for cues. She's got the smile. Her head's kind of tilted. And she might feel what? What do you think? Looking at her picture. Maybe happy, maybe proud. Yeah. And how do you think she might feel confident? Do you think? Do you think she's feeling confident right now? Yeah, because she's happy and proud, right? So if you look at before and after, before just really down and really struggling, and then after she practiced and she was assertive and used self-talk, she is now able to tell time. And she's very, very proud. Feeling confidence helps you to do your best. I feel confident about growing vegetables. I can grow juicy tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Especially ones from the garden. Pretty easy to make, but grow. But still can be pretty hard sometimes if you don't do it right? But I'm pretty confident that I can grow good tomatoes today because I have a lot of practice. Okay? So now your homework, what I want you to work on is think about one thing that you feel confident and proud of. And then think of something that you don't feel confident in. And maybe something that you need to practice. And it could be math, it could be reading, it could be catching a baseball. It could be anything that you just don't feel like you can do well at, I want you to practice it this week. I want you to work really hard, do your self-talk, practice your learning skills. So use your self-talk. And if you need help, be assertive. And I really want you to focus this week on finding your confidence in learning new stuff. Okay? That's all we have for today. I really miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.